then Grantham TV, please watch, like, subscribe, and like I always say, most importantly share, so more people can fall in love with the club that we love. Here we are with Mike Thompson, first team manager, following today's 0-0 draw at home in the league against Grantham Town. Tomo, analyse that for us. What are you thinking?
Okay, I think we played well. I think we played the shape well, and we caused quite a few problems, especially in the second half when we've turned it around. And you know, we struggled a little bit to get out in the first half in relation to the weather conditions and things like that. But I think second half we did well, and we played it through the thirds well. We was able to play out again. We've asked them to play a certain way, and today they've done that. I think especially, like I say, coming out second half, because that was a worry after the way we did it last week. So no, we're happy with that. We just can't buy a goal, mate. We can't buy a goal at the minute. So that's the thing that's a little bit frustrating. Not being able to do that, and I think, you know, fair play to that keeper. The one from the free kick is outstanding.
Awesome.
You know, outstanding save is that one. And he's been pretty dominant, you know, through set pieces today. He's a big lad, and he did that well. And then I think with a couple of minutes to go, the Matty Broadley one, if there's nothing on it, you know, that's firing in, and the kid's put in a brilliant block. So, you know, yeah, we've knocked on the door hard, but we can't buy a goal at the minute, and that's just a little bit frustrating, especially when we play well.
Yeah, but obviously a little comeback to form today, I thought, for Andy North. Must be happy with how he played today.
Yeah, Andy's probably our most intelligent player in understanding the game, positionally understanding what we want of him in that role today. He's done that extremely well, and I think, you know, on top of that, you look at Jake Martindale, who was out of position. He was an absolute mountain today. He played phenomenally well. So we had a word with a couple beforehand, because we had a couple of square pegs in round holes, if you want to use that terminology. But I think you wouldn't have thought us out of shape in that respect, because of the way Jake and Ryan played. And Andy was that insurance, that stability in the holding one, and he's done it really well today. His set piece quality is undeniable. You know, we miss him when he's not putting balls into the box the way that he does.
Obviously, there's three on the bench today. Obviously, Jack's suspended. Bullis, suspended, and I saw Jack Griffin sat in the stand as well. Do we need to be worried, or is it just squad looking a little bit thin? Or
no, we don't need to be worried. We've had a couple of lads that are ill and that are unavailable for reasons like that. Jack potentially could have been fine today, but we didn't want to risk it in the thought of, if he comes off and then we lose him for 3 or 4 weeks. You know, he's been down at training. You know, it's not perfect, so we just thought it wasn't worth the risk. So he'll be back next week. Obviously, Bullis has had a game suspension, and again, you know, players like Ben Lewis, you know, stood up unbelievably well, and he's played the wrong side of centre half, and again done that very, very well. So we've always got cover. We've always got lads that can step in and do jobs. You know, so yeah, a couple of lads that are missing is not a worry. You know, but we'd obviously like to carry him on.
Must have been happy seeing Lewis Dennison come off the bench today. Obviously, he's been away for a few weeks, injured.
A few months.
Yeah, it's a while, isn't it? It's a while.
Yeah. It was Cleethorpes, mate, when he got his injury, and it's taken a really long time. And we've missed Denny, and he had a bit of non-contact training 2 weeks ago. he trained fully this week and looked really sharp. So the thought process was, if we can get 20-25 minutes out of him, again, you know, he'll be in a position where 2 training sessions under his belt this coming week. He'll be vying for a start next week. Yeah.
So obviously, I know you've mentioned it. Maybe the lack of potency up top. I know you're like black books and all that, and sometimes players can come, players can go. Are you thinking about any recruitments or anything like that, or we're going to stand our ground with what we've got? Are you in touch with anyone, or?
No, not at the moment. I think Denny's going to be a huge plus for us. You can't deny the work rate of Joey Norts and Jake Martindale, but like I say, we can't buy a goal at the moment. I feel like the build-up, we're doing everything right. You know, the balls into the box are great. You know, for their keeper today, there's an unbelievable save where more often than not it's not going to be saved. So it's just those little things that, you know, you come away from that one with a 1-0, you take it all day long. But yeah, it's just at the point where if we weren't doing everything right, I'd be concerned. You know, we said to Jake in the East Riding Cup, you know, when he bagged his 2 goals, you know, he'll crack on from there. But today, because of personnel, we've played him a little deeper, and we had to. So yeah, it's not a concern. I think if we weren't creating the chances, mate, I'd be thinking about it. But we are. It's just a matter of, you know, finding the engine bag in there.
And like you say, that this coming week, 2 training sessions, Tuesday, Thursday, and then we're at home next Saturday, 3 o'clock kick-off, and I see some people down by the way. Grantham Town.
Yep.
Thoughts on that?
Well, they've been beaten again today. They've been beaten by Stocksbridge, who are on a great run of form. You know, those boys are doing well. So I've said it, Kev. You know, it was after we looked at the thought process after the Evan game that we've got, you know, 6 or 7 weeks of very winnable games. That blanket that you can throw over 12 or 13 teams, where results can go either way, is panning out that way. You know, it really is panning out that way. And you look at some of the results again today, it's panning out that way. So Evan's another big game for us. They've hit a sticky six odd weeks of Evan after they were flying early doors alongside Stockton. So you know, we'll go into it fully. If we play anything like we did today, you know, from a shirt point of view, the desire to get forward and do things right, we just need to find a goal.
Well, do you know what? Let's see if we go into December and have a good run up into Christmas.
Yes.
Well, what I'll always say, Mike, is obviously thank you for speaking to me so close after kick off. Put it there, sir.
Thank
you lot, 3 o'clock next Saturday home game. You know something, let's have a really good attendance as we go on that run up to Christmas. Like I said, please watch, like, subscribe. Big Town TV, out.